Welcome to Online Beginning Algebra here at Aiken Technical College for the spring of 2015. And in this session we'll take a look at MyLabs Plus, we'll take a look at how to get started and how the course actually works. The course may or may not be showing up in your Blackboard account. However, we don't use Blackboard, we're using aikenmylabsplus.com. So you want to visit the website aiken.mylabsplus.com. Your username is your web advisor name. Your password is your student ID. Once you put in your web advisor username and your student ID, you'll simply find your appropriate class. Here I have two online sections. I have 101-167 and 101-367. Both of the courses are exactly the same online, but for purposes of this demonstration, we'll look at the 101.167 course. And if you don't already have your access code, you can generate a temporary access that's good for 21 days. You'll simply click the temporary access link. You will then be provided a temporary code that you can use to get started in the course. Now we'll take a look at the tabs that are on the left hand side of the course. And the very first tab is the course home tab, and the course home tab is the first page in which you'll arrive. In general, I'll put announcements on this announcements page, but for the first week or so of class it just reads some general announcements. The very next tab is the syllabus tab, and here is the syllabus for the course. It has the learning outcomes for the course. There's also a critical thinking definition. There's also critical thinking student learning outcomes. There's also the course content. And in this course we'll be covering chapters 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. We have the standard 10-point grading scale. However, the weights for each category are more specific on the addendum, which we'll take a look at next. There's a standard attendance policy. For the online course, you're recommended to log in at least 3 times every week. There's a students with disabilities policy, there's a computer use policy, there's an academic dishonesty policy, and also there's an academic integrity pledge. You don't have to sign this and give it to me or anything. Next we'll take a look at the addendum. Here's the syllabus addendum for Online Beginning Algebra here at Aiken Technical College for the spring of 2015. I'm your instructor, Mr. Diallo A. Cummings. My office is in room 752. My office hours are to be announced. Once the semester settles down a bit, I'll actually post a link to my office hours. Here's my phone number, 803-508-7466, as well as my email address. The required materials for the course are a MyLabs Plus access code. A textbook is not required because it can actually be accessed online, so I'll show you the places in which you can access the textbook online. As far as the grading policy is concerned, there are 4 categories: homework, quizzes, tests, and then there's a final exam, each of which is worth 25% of your overall average. The homework is open all semester long. I encourage each of you to work ahead if possible. When you're encountering difficulty, you immediately want to seek help from the math lab, which is in room 1111. Each chapter has a quiz with 3 attempts. However, only the highest attempt will average into your final grade, so it won't actually hurt your grade if you take the quiz on all 3 attempts. Next we have the test, and the tests are worth 25% of the final grade, and all the tests except for the final exam are to be taken at home on or before the day of the test. The final exam is also worth 25% of the grade. The final exam date is still to be announced. However, you will be allowed to use a page of notes on your final. Here's a note about the math lab. The math lab is located in room 1111. However, you're not actually required to attend this lab since you're taking the online section, but you can use it as a source of help for those that need it. The hours of the math lab are Monday through Thursday from about 9 to 4 o'clock and Friday from 9 to about 1:30. And here's the outline for the course. We'll actually pull up My Labs Plus to take a look at the outline. I'm actually going to click on Quizzes and Tests, and it pulls up all of the quiz and the test dates. The Chapter 1 test is scheduled for January the 30th. The Chapter 2 test is scheduled for February the 13th. The Chapter 3 test is scheduled for March the 6th. The Chapter 5 test is scheduled for April the 3rd. The Chapter 6 test is scheduled for April the 27th. And then there's the final exam, and that date is still to be announced. We have a regular 10-point grading scale. I don't offer any incompletes. However, if you want to withdraw, the proper way to withdraw is to get the form, fill it out, and give it to me, and it will be an automatic W in the course. It does not matter what point in the semester, and it does not matter your current grade at the time. Whenever you wish to withdraw from this course, you will always receive a W. And if we take a look at the homework tab, you'll notice that even though the Chapter 0 and the Chapter R are past their due date, you'll still actually be able to click on the homework assignments and continue to work. And if we take a look at the homework assignments, I'll simply click on the first homework question for this section. You'll notice that we're given some options on the right hand side. We're given a help me solve this, we're given a view an example, we're given a textbook, we're given a calculator, we're given the option to ask your instructor question, and we're also given a print option. Next we have the gradebook tab, and in this gradebook tab you can keep up with your overall score up to a certain point. There's also the Multimedia Library, and in the Multimedia Library you can find some good things that will help out in the course. You can find another link to the textbook, you can find some video, you can find some animations, some chapter test prep videos. There's also some PDF and PowerPoints. And there you have it, a basic intro to beginning Algebra online here at Aiken Technical College for the spring of 2015.